Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. A lot of college football on right now. We're off to an okay start. The VIP, I believe, was plus 0.15 units after the noon games. Still plenty of football to go. YouTube videos were 2 and 3 in the early games, I think. So off to a pretty average start to start the day. A lot left. But let's put that to the side for a second because we're talking NFL football. The first football Sunday of the year, week 1. In this video, I'm doing Lions versus Eagles. Let's go.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Source. Hey, get the Source.
All right, Birds are on the road here in Detroit. The line opened up Detroit +4. Check out the early sharp money on the Lions here. 58% of the early money is leaning towards Detroit, despite the public actually being a little on Philly. But as we progress through the week, the money does even out and the books react to it. They bumped the line up from Detroit +4. We're now at Detroit +5. This is as of Saturday night. All right, let's run through a quick breakdown of this game. And I think the most important talking point here is the Philadelphia Eagles rushing attack against the Detroit Lions front seven. In fact, I think the Eagles run game is going to be the talking point of every Eagles game for the entire season. I mean, check out this matchup last year. These two teams played last year. The Eagles won that game 44-3, and Jalen Hurts attempted just 14 passes. I believe the Eagles had like 236 yards on the ground, averaging 5.1 yards per carry. So yeah, they ran all over the Lions. And that's pretty on pace with Philly. The Eagles led the league in run play frequency, meaning nobody ran the ball as often as the Philadelphia Eagles last year. Now, I did read something saying that Sirianni's trying to implement more of a passing offense this year. That's one of those like, okay, I read it until I see it. That's when I'll start to analyze that. As it stands right now, I'm taking this Eagles offense as a run-first offense. Now, Detroit's run defense was 21st in the NFL last year, so not great, but certainly not as bad as some of the other numbers representing the Detroit Lions. They allowed 4.4 yards per carry as a team. So their run defense is okay, or it was okay last year, I should say, but still, I don't really have much faith in this defense being able to get off the field. I fully expect the Philadelphia Eagles to slam the ball down the throats of the Detroit Lions in this game. Now, what about Hurts and the passing game? I mean, it's clear that Hurts has talent, but in my opinion, I don't think he's really proven himself as a passer yet. I think he can. I think he does have potential, but I don't think we've seen enough yet to call him an elite passer. Unfortunately for Detroit, the Lions defense was dead last in the NFL in opponents' yards per pass attempt. So if there's any game where Sirianni could get a little creative, maybe try out his new weapon, A.J. Brown, implement some new plays in the passing attack, it's this one against this Detroit Lions defense that couldn't stop anybody from throwing the ball. Now let's talk about when the Lions have the ball against the Eagles defense. Now, if you just take a glance at the Eagles defensive numbers from last season, you'd be like, yo, the Eagles defense is nice, man. I had no idea. This is a perfect example of why it's so important to use numbers that are adjusted for strength of schedule or situations. Because if you look at the numbers, you'd be like, oh shit, Eagles are 6th against the run and 10th against the pass. Yeah, and just overall efficiency. But if you include situations and strength of schedule, they drop all the way down to 23rd against the pass. And I didn't write down what they were against the run, but it dropped significantly as well. And yo, anyone who watched the Eagles last season can attest to that too. If you ask an Eagles fan, an honest one, like, yo, your defense 6th against the run, 10th against the pass, they'd be like, yo, that can't be right. We were not that good. I actually do think there's going to be opportunities in this game for Jared Goff to make some plays. I actually think Jared Goff might have himself a solid day, but it's not really the Lions offense against the Eagles defense that's scaring me off a Detroit bet here. Eagles offensive line was pre-ranked 1st in the NFL. This team has an elite offensive line, like 15 running backs that can all play. They also have a quarterback who's an efficient runner with the football. I don't see any reason to overthink this one, man. I think the Eagles are just constantly moving the chains, and the Lions defense can't get off the field. So I'm on the Birds here. Give me Philly -4. Lock that in, definitely on the Eagles. If anything changes with that pick, I will let you know on Twitter. So give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the NFL bet of the day, the top 7 bets of the day, I'm doing 2 parlays of the day, maybe a third, we'll see. And the dog of the day, make sure you check out the Sauce Network app or KyleKirms.com. It's available in both spots. First NFL Sunday of the year, that feels great. I can't wait to wake up tomorrow morning and be so fired up. Let's make some money. Hopefully the rest of this Saturday goes our way. I'll keep you posted. I'll talk to you on Twitter.